Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Claudio and let's learn some Italian. So today we are going to try the impossible and learn all the consonant sounds. Amazing. So what you see in front of you is the phonemic chart. We've already had a video on the phonemic chart and I taught you guys the Italian vowels. Today what we're going to do is forget about the vowels and we're going to learn all the consonants. Alright. So first thing you have to know is that you know already all these sounds. This is because these are all the sounds in the English language. So we start from the sounds in English and we go on to the Italian sounds, basically. Most of the consonant sounds are the same in English and Italian, so that makes it a lot easier for us. So first things first, the sound th and the do not exist in Italian, so we can just get rid of these and forget about them. The sound j, like in casual, also doesn't exist. Same as here, the sound ng, like in sing. The H also doesn't exist. And W, window, the w sound and the y sound. Okay, so as you can see, as for the vowels, we have less to work with. We have fewer sounds in Italian than we have in English, which is also good news. So there's no need for me to go through all of these because you already know them. There's an example underneath each sound. So of course these are not letters, these are sounds. So this is not the letter P, this is the sound P. And this is not the letter T, is the sound T. Okay, so what you may struggle with is, well, it's basically all the sounds that you don't have in English that you only have in Italian, such as the sound ñ, the sound y, and the sound z. And also the R sound. Obviously, the R sound is common in both languages, but it's interpreted a lot different. So the Italian R is a lot different from the English R. And if you don't know how to trill your tongue, don't worry, there will be a video purposely on that. So the purpose of this video today is to expose you to all the consonant sounds, make you be aware of all the sounds in Italian, and it is not to teach you all the sounds perfectly. It takes practice to master one sound. So start practicing, but you don't have to worry if you can't learn them very well in the first week or so. Okay, so let's start from the first one. I will make videos specifically on each one of these sounds, but let me give you a few tips to start practicing, because this is what we're looking for in this video. So the sound ñ is basically the sound that babies make when they complain, like ñ, 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 ñ. And it's basically an N sound, like in no, but you touch the top of your mouth with your tongue, and that's going to be your starting position. So you make contact with your tongue and the top of your mouth, and then you start pronouncing an N sound, trying to put as much emphasis as you can on it. So it becomes something like, instead of n, it becomes something like ñ, ñ, ñ. And this is what it's supposed to sound like. The second one is basically the same concept, but with the letter L, with the sound L instead of N. So you start with your tongue attached to the top of your mouth, and then you start pronouncing L sound. try to overpronounce it, of course. So instead of L, it becomes something like L, L, L. Start practicing. And then the Italian Z. Now everybody's talking about the Italian R. Oh my God, I can't trail my tongue. I cannot make the Italian or Spanish R. Well, the truth is, there's also the Italian Z that people should talk about, because the Z is not pronounced the same as in English. So in English you say zoo, but the sound Z also exists in Italian. So if you want to say Maserati, you use exactly this sound. But in Italian you also have another sound that sounds like Z, Z. So try to pronounce the sound D like in do, and the sound Z like in zoo, all together, as if they were attached, as if the D and the Z were one after the other. And you should come up with something close to Z, Z, Z. And that's it. The R sound, well, so many people have tried to teach it, and it's very difficult. It takes a lot of practice. Some people pick it up quickly, some others don't. So a few tips. So I will be teaching the R sound in another video, but I want to give you a few tips so that you can start practicing it. First, very important thing, whatever you're doing with your mouth while practicing it, make sure that your tongue is able to float and move, because it's not that you make the sound. Okay, so when the R sound is being pronounced, you don't have complete control over what's happening. It's not like with the P sound, with the P. You basically make it yourself. It's manual, P. You position your mouth, your teeth, your tongue in a certain way, and you make the sound P. So far, so good. So the same happens for pretty much all the sounds. The R sound is very different because it's the airflow that will make your tongue trill. So it will, to some extent, it will be out of your control. So make sure that when you're practicing, your tongue is able to float and it's not rigid. And what I do is I basically attach the tongue to the top of my mouth, but very slightly. Remember that it's got to be able to move. So just make sure that it's able to move, although you want it to be uplifted a little bit. And then start blowing and wait for it to trill. If it does, amazing. If it doesn't, wait for the video where we will focus just on the R sound, and don't worry too much about it, because this is not the time for you to learn it. This is the time for you to start practicing it and for you to be aware that it exists. But it's very advanced, and don't worry if you can't make it properly. Some native speakers can't make it properly anyway, so don't worry too much about it. Okay guys, so I hope this video has been helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Keep practicing and take care.